Hi everyone, how are we doing today? Good morning, welcome to another week and another live training. I love spending this time with you guys, and today we're talking about something that I think you guys will really appreciate, which is non-Instagram apps that you can use to build your business. So some of you might be out there and you're like, look, Ren, I'm just never going to create content. I don't want to be an influencer. I literally just want enough clients to make a good living, do pretty hair, and go home at the end of the day. And I think that some of these apps can really help support that. You guys know my whole thing is that Instagram is such an incredible free tool that can grow your business, can explode your business. And really, like you're going to see with some of these apps, one of the best things about Instagram is that it levels the playing field with bigger salons. So some of the apps we're going to be covering today really allows you to be outcompeted with these giant salons who accumulate tons of reviews every single day and all of that. But if you want to be building a foundation outside of Instagram and TikTok and Facebook, this is going to be the way to go. So we are going to talk about Google My Business, Yelp, Booksy, and other apps like that. And I think you're going to love it. Let's go ahead and jump in. Let me grab my notes here. Okay. If you see a giant kitty jump in front of the camera, sorry about that. He is very playful, which I have no complaints about that. A playful kitty is a happy kitty. All right. So I wanted to. Okay, yeah. So here are the 4 that we're going to talk about today. So we have Google My Business, Yelp, marketplace model, which I'm going to explain to you guys exactly what that is, and then hyperlocal apps. So you're also going to know what that is. And I'm going to give you kind of a rundown of what they are, who they might be best for, or overall do's and don'ts on each platform if you do think about implementing them. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with one of the biggest apps that are out there, one of the biggest non-Instagram, non-social media ways to attract new clients, attract traffic to your salon, and that is Google My Business. So with Google My Business, I'm sure you've all seen it online. It shows up in kind of the map section. So even when you do a Google search, it'll show you kind of maps and then local businesses and then reviews. They can definitely be ranked on there. So the positive is that, these search results show automatically and they show frequently. So it can definitely generate a lot of traffic to your space, a lot of visibility. But because of this, not all of the traffic is high quality. And really, there is so much competition here. So for an independent stylist to rank higher or compete with large salons, I think it's going to be incredibly difficult. Now, does that mean that you shouldn't have a space in this area? Like, no. The positive thing about Google My Business is that you can absolutely set up a profile, verify it, have it going, and it's a placeholder there. So as long as you're adding fresh content, fresh reviews, that is still going to, without a lot of effort, have you there. So some people might still find you there and go to your website, go to your booking site. So I would say that any local business, including my local independent salons, should at least have a Google My Business page set up, okay? It should at least be set up. It should at least exist. Even for your clients who kind of Google to find your location and things like that, I think it's awesome. So here's what I recommend for Google My Business. So have your business created and claimed on the app. And as you get that set up, I would ask your clients, so especially for my stylists using like Gloss Genius and things like that, where a lot of your reviews are getting posted there, I would literally text the review that my client wrote on my Gloss Genius and say, hey, can you take a minute and just put this on my Google? It's really going to help me out. Like, thank you so much. And get at least, some of your reviews transferred over to Google. the biggest downfall of having reviews mostly in your booking app is that that's really separated from all of the search engines. It's really its own existing thing. And so this is going to be good to be moving your reviews onto a super public search type area anyway. So the other thing is, I want you to fill out your profile all the way. So don't skip any steps, nothing like that. Um, Even Instagram and Facebook, like they're going to give more reach and visibility. Google is going to give more reach and visibility to you when you take the time to really fill everything out. They are going to give you more priority. And then two more things. So I would repurpose some of your content over onto Google. So when you set up your Google My Business, or if you have one, but you haven't been in a while, you're going to see that they actually allow you to do posts and everything like that, similar to a traditional social media profile. Now, do I think you need to be posting on there every day or every week? No. But could you once a month, when you check your Google My Business stats, drop 3 or 4 posts that you posted on your Instagram page? You already have the caption, you already have the images. Why not? And just drop it on there. So having posts and having content that's newer is going to help you organically. Again, if you don't have a ton of reviews, you're not as likely to get shown, but at least you're there and some people might start to find you that way. The last thing that I want you to do is just link to where you want to be booking people. So if that's your booking site, cool. If it's your general website, if it's over to your Instagram page, if it's to a waitlist form, so an easy form that they can fill out where you can follow up with them, all of that is great. But be strategic about how you're asking people to book with you. And then if your number is on there, which I believe you have to have a phone number on there, just be ready to have some calls coming through and everything like that. It's not a bad thing to have your phone ringing. It's not a bad thing to have voicemails to reply to later. So just know that you're really putting yourself super public when you have this Google My Business profile, which I think is a good thing. It's a sign that you are taking your business seriously. This isn't just like a hobby you're doing on the side that's like a secret link that you have. This is like you're out there. You're in the big leagues now, okay? As far as expectations go, I mean, I would just say once a month, check in on your stats, see how you're doing. If you want to boost something every once in a while, you can try to put some money into some of their ads for that. But for the most part, I think just having it there is going to be good because it is such high competition. I think you're going to get better results from your money with like ads on social and things like that. Okay, so that was Google My Business. The second platform that is similar to Google My Business is Yelp. And I know Yelp can be super polarizing, and I understand why. Like, I help cosmetology schools too, and I know that cosmetology schools and like salons, and when you have an account with Yelp, they call you off the hook. Okay, they're always trying to get you to spend more money. It doesn't feel like they're showing all of your reviews. Like, all of the critiques of Yelp are super valid. And what is interesting is that Apple doesn't want to promote. So, I would say 46% of people have iPhones, and Apple wants to promote their own maps. They want to promote their own search engines. And so Apple users are more likely to see results from Yelp than they are from Google because Google is like a competitor to Apple. So what happens is Apple iPhone users are sometimes more likely to see the Yelp reviews and the Yelp businesses as recommended businesses at the top of the search engine. Awesome. So as you guys might know, you can have a free account on Yelp. So a lot of my recommendations for Google My Business are going to be the same here. Have your business created and claimed on the app. Ask your clients to copy and paste their reviews onto Yelp. Fill out your profile completely. And then when Yelp does start calling you, because they will, just ask them to be put on the do not call list. Okay. So if you say, please put me on your do not call list, they literally can't call you back. They have to do it. So if you're mostly worried about getting called and harassed, Just do that first call, and you should be good to go. And so that's what I would do is I would set it up again every month. You could check on it, see if you're getting any traction, monitor obviously any new reviews that you're seeing over there. But it's good to just have your placeholder. It's good to be there and see what happens, right? We never know how popular or unpopular a thing is in different locations because let's be real. Some locations, some cities probably use Yelp a lot. I'm thinking about even like small towns and stuff. Some bigger cities might mostly use, social media. You really need to, I think it's a good idea to just be experimenting, always have different things that you're trying to see what works. So I would set up your profile, get some reviews on there, and then check in on it every single month and just see what's going on. Now, I personally would not recommend paying for ads or paying for a paid business account. I would just keep everything free. Same with Google, right? I think for your money, you're going to get a better return on your investment doing social media ads and things like that, okay? So that is Yelp. So the next category of apps that we have that are like non-Instagram, non-traditional social media apps are what I would call the marketplace model apps, okay? So I'm going to help you know what this is, how to look for these, but this is Booksy and Styleseat, okay? And so these are called marketplace model because what they are doing is they are actually building a community of buyers, and then they are also building a community of businesses to serve the buyers. So, for example, Booksy, you can have a business profile. They can do your scheduling, your booking. They're like your full CRM. You can have text campaigns, everything that you would traditionally need with booking clients and appointments and managing your business. And they will also show your business to their database of people, of local people to book you clients. I will honestly say this is how my husband finds all of his barbers. Yes, he goes to a barber. I don't do his hair. He's too picky for me, you guys. I can't. My home hair days are just not happening. So he finds all of his barbers through Booksy, and I'll tell you, he goes, and as long as it's like a decent experience, he stays with them for years. He's found incredible talent, great people on there that he has loved so much. And so it really can be a great way to get those new clients. So what's good to know is that when you use their boost features that allow you to be promoted to their database, it is free. Okay. It is free. They only take a commission when they book you a client from their database, right? So you are only paying them for advertising when you get a client. Now, I feel like I know that will turn off a lot of people because it's like, I'm paying a 30% commission. Like, that's insane. So 30% commission on the first service that client books with you. But with traditional advertising, if you think about it, you are paying whether you get clients or not. And many of us who have experimented with ads and ran ads, I know many of you have run ads and not gotten any clients from it, but you're already out that money. So I think that this can be a cool way to, you only pay for the clients that they're actually bringing into you. And I think that that can be really great for different people. So you get the advertising, you get the exposure by being on this app, you get all of the booking features that would traditionally come with like a Gloss Genius and everything like that. This could be a great way to promote yourself, keep people consistently coming in, not have to stress so much about posting, etc., and go from there. If you did decide to go with a Booksy, I would still recommend the same thing where you have your Yelp profile, you have your Google My Business profile, you have some kind of an Instagram page, even if you're not like on it a ton because you're getting clients from Booksy. It's still just good practice to have all of the free exposure that you can up and active, okay? Another example of a marketplace model is going to be Styleseat. Again, Styleseat has free where you can just have your profile set up, but then they also have paid and advertising to their user base. So super interesting. So that is the marketplace model. Now, the last category that I'm going to talk about is called hyperlocal apps. Okay. So, the biggest one, or the one that I think is the most mainstream, is going to be the Nextdoor app. So, if you guys haven't heard about Nextdoor before, it is essentially like, I wouldn't even call it social media. It's more just like community app that connects people in certain zip codes. So, it's a way that I can actually connect with my neighbors and everything like that in an environment. You can raise awareness about different things that are going on. If you lose a dog, you can have everybody on the lookout for your dog. But it has grown bigger and beyond that to where now there's also local businesses that are showing up and connecting with these local communities. I think that the positive like aspect of Nextdoor is that you're really just speaking to your local area. So, so many strategies that are online right now, they are advice for national brands, right? For online businesses and digital platforms. And I think that things like Nextdoor is a really cool way to make sure that you are only speaking to and spending a budget on and all of that on people who are in that area. So you know it's going to the right people and it's getting seen by people who could actually be your customer. So the pro is that you speak more directly to your local area. The con, though, is that only 13% of adults use this app. So it is a much smaller user base. And so for Nextdoor specifically, I would say it really just depends on how popular this is in your city. So, really doing some market research, talking to people in the area, seeing if they're using it before investing too much time or energy into it. And just making sure that you're using your time wisely and your budget wisely, right? So, you can set up a free account at least to have your business info in it. If somebody is searching, they can find you in there. But obviously, when we want to get the most out of something, we need to be spending some time and care in that direction. So that's all. That is Google My Business, Yelp, marketplace model apps, and hyper local apps. And these are all areas that you can spend time and energy to get clients off of social media, off of the content creator wheel. And so, if content creation is driving you crazy, this can be a good way to set things up in a way that can free you of that a little bit. Now, in my opinion, the biggest downside to all of these apps is that you're really giving your growth and you're putting it in other people's hands, right? Like, if we are waiting for someone to search and hopefully see our account, search and hopefully see us on Yelp, search and hopefully find our Booksy and think we look cool, search on Nextdoor and hopefully find our business, that's a lot of hoping and wishing, right? We are not as proactive in that process as we want to be. So, if you want a super proactive process where you are controlling your growth, if you have, openings for the next few days or weeks, you can actually fill them proactively. It's in your hands. You can spend an hour or two and make it happen. Then traditional social media is really going to be the way to go there. If you want to, I think the perfect thing to do, the best thing to do would be to have a mix of all of it, right? I want it in my hands so that I can control my growth when I want to. And it's nice to have a trickle of people who are finding you in different platforms. So some of these might just be nice to get set up. And like I said, check in on them every month, see how they're doing. Add in any recent photos if you want to keep it nice and updated. Have your clients cross promote their reviews in different places and go from there. So I hope that this has given you some clarity and some inspiration. As always, learning is the very first step. It's time to take some action. Okay. Come on over to Ren Lopa Official on Instagram and share your thoughts with me. Are you going to set up these profiles? If you have these set up, I would love to know how many clients you're getting a month from these. Let me know. Let's talk about it. Where have you had good luck? Where have you not had good luck? What are your thoughts about it? Come over there and let me know, and I will post all of that. I will post everything that you guys send me in my stories so that you guys can see too if you're missing something, if you want to put that energy in, etc. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you all very soon on the Successful Hairstylist podcast. Bye.